the same time he was still eating like large amounts of food. So people were obviously talking about him. They were talking about all the controversies he was in, because I remember he also stirred up a lot of drama, and to me it was kind of obvious that he's playing a character, that he's over exaggerating what he's doing, and he's just playing into this like really annoying fat kid. And all of a sudden he posted this video titled 2 Steps Ahead. This title actually comes from a famous meme that I myself like. I would quote this meme with my friends, and sometimes they have no idea what I'm talking about when I say like 2 steps ahead. Okay, I'm going to throw my laptop out of the window soon, probably. Okay, it hurt me. And in that video, all of a sudden he lost all the weight. And keep in mind, only 3 weeks ago, I think, he posted a video on one of his like 5 channels where he was still obese. And in this video, he's skinny. He talks like a villain at the very beginning. You can see that he's playing this character still, and then he kind of turns into a normal person, and he's still doing a mukbang, kind of like still a lot of food, which is what kind of thought that was interesting. But in another video he explained that he hasn't filmed a video in like 2 years, and all of these years he spent losing weight, which, like, to me that's insane. Like, he had to pre-record 2 years worth of content, and that is crazy. Like, that's insane. I think that he was just eating and eating, like maybe filming like every day for a couple of months to even pull this off. Or maybe he prepared it for a long time, but still, that's crazy. Especially when he was overeating a lot, right? For me, like, let's say ASMR, if I would film ASMR every day, like, there's no harm to it. Maybe my voice would give out at some point, which actually happened before, but still, I feel like this is kind of a different topic. And he seemed like a nice person, and everyone lost their shit because he was this very controversial character, and he said that this was a social experiment. Now, I was wondering if it was a social experiment as in like he knew he's only going to get views through doing extreme things, through basically hurting himself. I'm pretty sure there's been another mukbanger, I don't know if she was from China, but she actually died on live stream from overeating, and I think people thought that this is what's going to happen to him at some point as well, or he was going to pass away from different health issues. But no. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like the more unlikable he was, the more people watched him, because the more videos the drama channels were making about him. So it was like a marketing ploy in a way, right? That's how he was ranking up all these views, not just by eating large amounts of food, but also by being controversial, so people would talk about him. And I thought it was interesting. I like, to me it was obvious that he didn't really enjoy doing what he was doing. Somebody estimated that apparently he made over $10 million over time in those 8 years. Maybe even more. We don't know the exact estimates, which is insane. Right? And people were watching him. I don't know if people genuinely liked him. He even said in one if you do, you can subscribe now, as he is being, or what seems like as being himself. Some people also said that he looks kind of unhealthy, so they are worried that there might be some underlying issue, but we don't know, of course. Also, some people are speculating if he used Ozempic or not, because he said he lost over 250 pounds in 2 years. That's crazy. That's hard work and dedication. But at the same time, he also maintained his image of the obese character, like in a way. That is great move to pull. And all I have to say is good for him. Good for him. He was able to find something that made him a lot of money, and seems like he's doing fine now. Another thing that I'm really curious about though is like he seems like he has no loose skin on his body, and if you lose a lot of weight, the skin doesn't just magically shrink. So I don't know if he had like some surgeries or what happened, but good for him. Okay, another topic that I don't know, like these days it's been flooding my Instagram, my YouTube, and I feel like I'm not even the right demographic for this, but it's these eye surgeries that make you change your color. And it's gotten to a point that even my mom talks about it, and she said that she keeps getting ads actually for it, which I only see like reels of people that are doing the procedure. I have not seen like any ads for it. And it's this extremely dangerous laser eye surgery. And I'm not a doctor. I didn't know how it works, so I watched a bunch of videos. So to my understanding, people with brown eyes can get this procedure, which is again harmful. It's so risky. I think that the people will go blind at some point from it. The surgery changes, or okay, the laser targets the cornea. So normally the cornea is translucent, right? The laser makes it opaque, and it creates this really uncanny blue/white color. You cannot tell me that this eye color is pretty. Absolutely not. It's something straight out of a horror movie. And it looks like really cheap. The colored contact lenses. Plus, the health complications are just not worth it in my opinion. Like, why would somebody want something that can potentially really harm your eyesight? It's mind-boggling to me. And plus, it's not like the eyes look natural, right? Because it's just one color. But no eye in the world is just one color. Even if you have really dark, almost black eyes, there's still like different, at least like different shapes and like different colors at least. Why? Just what has society come to? And the fact that there are doctors who are willing to perform this surgery. After I filmed this video, I found out that this procedure is actually being done in Europe, in big European cities like Paris, Rome, etc., which is even worse. Why isn't this regulated? I can't. I just can't. And again, like, I don't know why it's being this widespread now. I remember I heard about this surgery for the first time like years ago. But back then social media wasn't that big, which might also play a part in it. And it's just it's a no for me. And I believe that, you know, you can get whatever you want with your body. There are people that do plastic surgery that is extremely harmful, that is extreme, that there are surgeons that don't really care. But I feel like when it comes to eyes, no. No. I wouldn't mess around with that. Also, I'm kind of wondering about this, so you might not know, but if you have colored eyes, so like blue, green, gray, whatever, they're more sensitive to sunlight. I cannot even go outside during summer without sunglasses. It hurts my eyes, like physically my eyes started to hurt. I don't see anything. I'm like squinting because I don't see much. Like it's too bright for me because apparently like more light goes through the cornea and into the eye. So if you have dark eyes, you probably will not have this issue. I'm curious how this would play out if they mess up the cornea. Like, there's no way that the eye will not be sensitive to sunlight. It's just like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Plus, okay, I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but my eyesight is really bad, and I was considering the laser surgery for fixing the eyesight. But technically it's supposed to be safe. I know people that went to get the surgery and it didn't work out well, and it messed up their eyes. They're still like sensitive, and I just don't feel like putting my health into danger. I know that it's supposed to be safe for the most part, this type of like eyesight fixing surgery, but I don't know. So I have to keep wearing clear contact lenses every day, and it's annoying because my eyesight is pretty bad. I cannot see anything without them, or I have to wear glasses. And I know right now I don't think I could do the surgery. Maybe in like 10 years, where the technology would be more advanced. But still, I'm not messing around with my eyesight. Okay, I'm not. Let's move on. I will only talk about the next topic briefly because I'm kind of over it already. But it's about It Ends With Us movie and this drama that has been going on for like a month at this point. I filmed a video talking about the book, which is, it was honestly like a fever dream. I filmed it on my other channel. Insane book. I will not get into it, but there's been a lot of negative press surrounding the movie. If you don't know, this is a movie about domestic mistreatment. I cannot even say the words without getting demonetized. So, and the way it was being promoted did not exactly resonate well with the audience, specifically Blake Lively and the way she talked about the movie, because she was just saying how lighthearted the movie is, and like you should bring your friends, like buy popcorn and like wear floral dresses to the cinema. And it's, yeah, it's, I don't think that this is exactly right. It was very tone deaf. And then this interviewer posted an interview with Blake Lively from all those years ago. I think it was like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And it was just horrible to watch. It was painful. The reason why she didn't post it earlier is because the tape, the file was actually seized from her, so it was never posted on her channel, unlike other interviews. I think it's still up on her channel. And the interview starts with the interviewer saying to Blake Lively, who just announced her which essentially she was just calling her fat. Plus, the interviewer was, or is, infertile. She couldn't have babies, so this was just so insensitive. And of course, yes, I know that Blake Lively didn't know that, but like, who does that? You know, like when somebody is congratulating you on your pregnancy when you have just announced it. Come on. And the whole interview is just so passive aggressive, and a lot of people resonated with the interview because they felt like they were getting this type of energy at some point in their lives, me included. Definitely, actually, like quite recently, even from adults, right? Like people who, or women that were, I think, yeah, we were the same age, so they were definitely older than 25. I would get this type of mean girl energy as well. And I think that overall, like, we're just so over celebrities that have like inflated egos, and maybe this was more okay back in like the early 2000s, but now it's just like, I think people just don't like seeing entitlement and being rude to somebody for no reason, just because, you know, you have money and you have influence. And then, okay, I wanted to talk about this though. So apparently, on the set of It Ends With Us movie, Blake Lively was apparently fat-shamed by Justin Baldoni. And here's what happened. So, Justin, her co-star, was supposed to lift her up, but he has back issues. So he was asking how much she weighs because he was worried about his back. That is no fat shaming whatsoever. Like, girl pie. Okay, last topic. I've stumbled upon this completely randomly. So, you might know, you might not know, but recently 2 big ASMR artists were banned from the ASMR community from YouTube. Their content mainly was not safe for work, so it's not like this was their mainstream of income. They were using ASMR to promote other type of content. And wait, their names were, oh, one of them was Cherry Crush and the other was Amaranth, I think. Yeah, I know about this only because JoJo's ASMR made a video on it. And do you think that this is a step in right direction on YouTube? Because it's obvious that their content wasn't ASMR. It was something suggestive, right? So, to be honest, I don't think that this should even be classified as ASMR. It should be like a different subgenre. On that note, I've stumbled upon this subgenre of ASMR. I don't even know if you can call it ASMR. It's these like boyfriend-girlfriend type audios mainly. And it's not even like the role plays you're thinking about. It's literally just not safe for work. And I thought originally that these content creators are writing their original scripts, like when, I mean, I don't do role plays. I've done like 2 in my entire life, and I don't know if they're still public. I cringe so much when I look at myself. Anyways, my camera died. Where was I? Oh, so I thought that these creators write the scripts themselves, and that's not true because I've stumbled upon this community on Reddit that has like tons and tons of these scripts that are not safe for work, and anybody can use them really. Like, that's just how it works. Like, you just use the script, you make your own video, seriously like 18 plus, and yet it gets like hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube, and that is allowed. So to my original understanding, the reason why the two big creators were banned is because they were wearing some like translucent clothing on video. Listen, it's not my place to tell others what they should do on their YouTube channel. Sure, it's against the guidelines. You cannot even like show sometimes a tarot card that has pictures, that are suggestive. But on the other hand, you have these audios that are obviously like just really, really something that should not be on YouTube. Let's just say that it should be on other sites. So what do you think? Do you think that it should be allowed? Even if it's age restricted? I'm really confused about how they get this type of content monetized though. Because a lot of the times the creators that are doing this like content that is kind of suggestive, that is just promotion for other sites, those videos are usually demonetized. But on the other hand, you have creators that are doing just like voice role plays, and their videos are monetized. I'm confused. If somebody could explain it to me, even I, as somebody who is